The key of E. All right. So listen, maybe you've been struggling with being able to play by ear. Maybe you've been struggling with knowing the number system, knowing what options you have when it comes to learning a song, or maybe you've been struggling playing along with bands. Listen, learning your keys, learning the number system will help you along the way. It will help you in your journey. I'm trying to tell you, listen, man, I really want you to take this serious. The key of E. They say that's the guitarist's favorite key. It is a beautiful key. It says the guitarist's favorite key because that E standard tuning gives us some good open stuff, you know. Stuff you can't do in every key. Oh, but listen, man, I want you to learn today. We're going to start off with very beginner stages. We're going to learn the major scale. And we're going to learn how chords are built. And we're going to learn majors and minors. Listen, this is the lesson for you. All right. Whether you're a beginner or you're advanced, listen, I hope there's something that you can take away from this lesson. Let's start off the key of E. Key of E. So our root or the key signature is that E. All right. That's an open E. There's an open E there. Our next note in the scale, our next degree is the 2. Because we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to 1. All right. So our next one is that F sharp. All right. Next, our 3, because it's all chronological. Our 3 is A flat. Then we have A. That's our 4. Notice that between 3 and 4 is a half step. Notice that. All right. Our 5 is a whole step from A, which is a B. Our 6. Don't let these numbers scare you. They are your helper, okay? Is C sharp. All right, that's our 6. Our 7 is a whole step from there. Is E flat, or some would call it D sharp. Back to E. Notice that from 7 to 1 is a half step. Everything else is a whole step. We got from 3 to 4, half step. Hey, you can make a song right there. Half steps. The rest are whole steps. So once again, just for a review, we have E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, back to E. All right. Oh, so let's start throwing some chords with it. So what I want to do, I want to teach you some shapes that's going to be movable. That way, no matter where you are on the neck, if you can identify the root, you can learn and know what chords you're playing, what kind of chords you're playing. So I want to teach you a major and a minor on the heavy E, or this string right here, this heavy E string, rooted there. I want to teach you a major and a minor chord, okay? So we have this open E. Some of you are familiar with that open E. They call it cowboy chords. Those are the open chords. They call them cowboy chords. So we got this open E here. And to make that open E, I have open E on that E string, heavy E string. On my A string, I have my bird finger or my middle finger. My ring finger is going to go on the string beneath that on that D string, 2nd fret. Then right there on the 1st fret of the G string, I have my index, and the rest are all open. Now, that's an open chord. I want you to learn a bar chord. So let's go to the 4. And what's the 4 again? It's A major. Ooh, that sounds good, don't it? All right, how I'm doing that? I'm barring the whole 5th fret. All right, I'm barring the whole 5th fret. I'm barring the whole thing. And I'm going to put my middle finger on that G string. I'm going to put my ring finger on the A string. My pinky finger is going to go on the D string. Of the 7th fret. All right, that middle finger is on the G string of the 6th fret. That is a major chord. That is a major shape, all right? And it's movable. So if we move it, let's say we move it up, that's B major, which is my 5. And if you look, if you take that bar off, if you'll notice, you still have that open E shape, major. So that's E major. As a matter of fact, we just covered our major chords, all right? We got E major. Woo, that sounds good. A major, the 4, and the 5 is B major. Oh, y'all making some good music. So the 1, and this is no matter what key you're in, the 1 is major. 4 is major. 5 is major. And that's the blues right there, the 1, 4, 5. Let's go to the 5. That's the 1, the 4. Let's go to the 5, to the 4, to the 1. All right, so the 1, the 4, and the 5 is major. All right. Next, let's go to our minor chords. Okay, our minor chords starting with this F sharp right here. Here is a very easy, simple way to play a minor chord. In fact, it's gonna be a minor 7. All right, we're gonna use our thumb right here to cover that top string, or excuse me, that bottom string, the heavy E string, and then I'm barring from the D string down. And that is an F sharp minor. That shape is also movable. So remember, so my 1, my 4, and my 5 are major. So my 2, my 3, and my 6 are minor. All right. Oh, don't that sound good? Here's another way to play a minor on the sixth string. Some people don't like hanging that thumb over. Okay, to me that seems like it's easier, but some people can't hang that thumb over. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna bar, and we're gonna do heavy E string down, and then we're gonna put ring finger on the 4th fret of the D string, pinky finger on the 4th fret of the D string. That is a minor chord. That's just a plain minor chord. Whole step up is a minor. Half a step over is major. The 4 is major. The 5 is major. Whole step up. The 6 is minor. Whole step up. We're not going to talk about 7 yet, okay? Let's get this down. So we got major, the 1, E major, the 2, F sharp minor, 3, whole step up, G sharp minor, 4, whole step up is major, 5, whole step up is major. The 6 is minor. We're not going to talk about the 7 just yet. I'm going to get there, okay? Woo! Look, you can make music now. You can make music with it. And look, if you want to doodle and noodle, now you can do it. You know the rules. You know what you're able to do within the key. So anything I play within that key, as long as I'm playing them notes, it's going to sound good. Especially like if I'm just sitting around playing by myself. You can just randomly put stuff. Random. But it's all gonna sound good because it's within the key. All right, take the guessing game out. You can get rid of the guessing game. You know, the guessing game will be like, oh, what's next? It's got to be 1 out of the 7. If you're in the key of E, it's got to be 1 out of the 7. So the 7 is sometimes minor, sometimes major, but it's mostly diminished. All right, so let's take it up a notch. I was teaching you a minor 7 chord, which is like that. Here's another minor 7 chord. If you take that minor and take your pinky off, you have that. So now we're gonna get into let's get into the 7s first, and then we'll get into diminished. Okay, let's get into 7s. All right, then we got minor 7, minor 7, the 3, the 4. The 4 can be major 7. And in order to get that, we need to add the major 7. A lot of times you'll see it played, let's see, like this. That's an A major 7. The 4 is usually a major 7. When you get into jazzy and sweeter sounding stuff, the 4 is a major 7. The 5 is normally a dominant 7, which is a flat 7. So the 5, and to make a flat 7, you bar, and let's put that just like we was making a major, right? So make that major shape, take that pinky off. That's a dominant 7. So let's see how that sounds. E major, 2, F sharp minor 7, 3, G sharp minor 7, 4. You shouldn't put that note in there. I'll put that in there. Don't put that in. 4 dominant. 5. dominant 7, 6. I put that dominant in there. Take that out. All right, and now we're going to get to our 7, okay? The 7 is diminished. Like I said, sometimes it's major, sometimes it's minor, mostly diminished, okay? And what it does is it leads us somewhere. You know, it really, the diminished, the 7, it doesn't really stand on its own. It is never really the landing place. It is usually a pivot point, all right? Meaning it's going to lead us somewhere else. It's going to hinge us and guide us in another direction. So that 7, in order to make it, let's see, if I'm going to do it here, then I like to use like a staircase going down, a downward staircase. But you could, that's that diminished. You hear how it sounds? Kind of sounds spooky or ghostly. And it's actually movable. So if I move this up in a minor third, meaning I move it up 3 frets from where I am, it's going to give me the same chord over again. It's just going to change the order of the notes. But it always likes to land on that 1. All right, you got it. All right. So we got E major, F sharp minor 7, G sharp minor 7, 4 A major, B dominant 7, C sharp minor 7. That's the diminished. So that's the E flat diminished or D sharp diminished to our E. Ooh, look. All right. So now we're building up. Okay. So that's all rooted on the E string. Let's go to the next string. Let's go to the A string. So we're going to go to the A string. Here is our E. Same rules apply. A whole step up from that E. A minor. So to make this major shape, we're barring from the A string down, and that is on the 5th, 7th fret down, and then we're gonna bar from the D string down. That's a major shape. So if you look at where your root is on your A string, that defines and tells us. Okay, so that's a E shape. An A shape E chord. Because if I come here in my open position, that's an A. But we're moving it and we're adding that bar. That bar is going to become this nut right here. And there's that bar. There's that E major. To make a minor shape, all right, I'm going to come here. I'm going to go, let's see, this is going to be F sharp minor. So I'm going to come to this F sharp note right here. All right. And then I'm going to put my ring finger on the D string of the 11th fret. Pinky right below that. Same fret. String below it. And that is actually my plain minor. Excuse me. No, that's a sus2. You can use it though. But yeah, so now I want to add my middle finger to the B string. That is a F sharp minor. Now, if I take my pinky off, minor 7. If I move it up, that's my 3, which is G sharp minor 7. Now I gotta change my shape back to my major shape. That's my 4. A whole step up from that is my 5. Change my shape because I'm going minor to my 6. Now, I'm starting to run out of space down here. But look, I can come back up here. So let me find my notes. Where am I at? So here's a C. There's my 6. Because that's a C sharp. I like this shape because you can do little trills and stuff. Here's my B. My 5. That's a major. If I want to make it dominant 7, I can split that. Here's my A. So now I'm learning. I got options. Okay, I got options. I can go. All those are A's. Look, A. That's actually A2. So what you see me do, I use this what I call an open F shape, right? And it's just like a staircase from that B string, upper fret, upper string, upper fret, upper string. But that is movable. That triad is movable. And so here, that is a major triad, so, or a major shape. There's other things you can do, so I don't want to just label it and define it as that. But that's an A major, and a lot of times I use this thumb to hang over and be my bass. So that's an A major, B major, E major. That's another shape you just got under your belt. So look, A, B, C sharp, E. But I went from a 6 to my 1. What's in between there? My diminished. So we can go, excuse me. And now, so we want to do a diminished. We can do this diminished 7. So we want the note that's going to lead into it. So we want that E flat or that D sharp. So let's find the D sharp. So we can do let's see if this C sharp, D sharp is right here. So let's do this. All right, we're gonna bar from this A string down. That is the D, but I'm gonna use this finger right here to cover that D sharp. You hear how it's just like it wants to land there, it wants to fit there. Oh, I did minor. It just wants to land there. And remember, that is movable. You can. So that moves up and down the neck. Excuse me. Yeah. My good. Now, you want a major. Let's say we were playing the E major 7. All right, that's the major. The major 7. We gonna split and bring that. Oh, so that's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 6, 5, 1. Let's see. Look, let's just call out some things and you play along, okay? And it's gonna help you not only hear and know where to go, because in your mind you want to connect the 1 with that E major, and in this particular key. So 1, 3, 4 to the 1, 3, 4, and remember, the 2, the 3, and the 6 are minor. The 4, the 5, and the 1 are major. And then we have that diminished. 1, 1. Stay on the 1. Stay on the 1. Let's go to the 6. That's the 4. Back to the 1. Hey, let's do a little bounce off the 2. Let's go to the 4. Two. I did. We're gonna go back through that again. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, you finna be making music now. And one thing you can do, this is a good exercise, is play that 1. When I'm making that major 7, all I have to do is bring my middle finger up right there, and it goes to the diminished. Now I go to my 2. Make it diminished again. To my 3. Now, because it's a half step from my 3 to my 4, the diminished doesn't fit in between there. There's no half step in between there. To my 5, I like that dominant. Hey, P.S. Sometimes that 5, that dominant, it can be movable like a diminished chord. Sometimes. You gotta make it work. You gotta make it work. You gotta make it work. Those are some trills. One, 2, 3, 4, 7, 1. So that 6 and the 1 have a special relationship together. They're relatives, all right? They brothers to each other. So if I'm in E major, you're going to want to play some scales. You're going to want to know some lead notes. You can always go to the 6. So whatever your key signature is, in this case, it's an E major. You can always go to your 6. So I got my 6 right here on this root string. That is the C sharp minor pentatonic scale, also known as the E major pentatonic scale. They share this scale together. They're relatives. They just start at different points. Okay, one starts on that E major. The other one starts on the C sharp. So if you're calling it a minor pentatonic scale, it's going to start on that C sharp. So I can always use that scale when I want to play some lead sounds on top of E major. If I'm in E major, my brain is automatically going to say, okay, what's the relative minor? And it's that C sharp minor. And then my brain is going to say, okay, so that's the scale I want to play. So I'm playing. So that's the 1. That's a little scale. The 5 scale. 4 scale to the 1. Start it over again on the 1. I can come here too. That's the same progression, just in a different spot. So the 1. Keep it. That's the 5. 4. That's the 1. So listen, in your time, just play with it. Just climb up the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you get on the 6, maybe you 7. Back to your 1. Then work it back. Listen, I hope this lesson has been a blessing to you, man. I hope that it helps you in your guitar journey. I hope it helps you to master your fretboard, the wonderful key of E major. Listen, if you haven't already, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. But above all of that, would you please give me some feedback in the comments and let me know, has this lesson helped you? Let me know, is there a certain place you're struggling, and maybe I can make a video and create some content that's especially for you. Okay, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all so much for viewing. And like I said, man, I pray that God blesses the work that you perform on guitar, that your practice helps you to perfect the gift that you have. Man, thank you for being a musician. Thank you for sharing with me, and thank you for being a part of this community. All right, bye bye now. I love you all.